Mike, you good back there? All right,
Thirsty
questions
as
for
shit.
Max and Trey?
Trey, on both of your touchdowns, a lot of determination to get into the end zone, breaking tackles, that sort of thing. Can you just kind of walk us through those plays and what your mindset was?
I feel like my mindset always, whenever I get the ball, is just be violent with the ball, and always get to the end zone by any means necessary. So, whenever I catch the ball, I'm locked into the end zone, trying to find my way through contact, through physicality, or agility. Find some type of way to get into the end zone. 'Cause that's the most important thing.
Trey, can you talk about just the week of practice and how you and the receivers and Noah, how you guys kind of came together after what we saw last week against Iowa State?
I think the week of practice for us, as receivers, we were just all hungry. Like every single one of us, it wasn't just me who made plays. Luke Wysong, Gio Richardson, Chris Hunter, all these guys out there, Chris Hudson. Every single one of us was out there hungry, ready to make plays, and just losing leaves a bad taste in anyone's mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we got great leaders. Our leadership council did a great job at just continuing to harp on responding and just being ready for the moment, not getting too high or too low.
And speaking of Wysong, he stepped in for Patterson at punt return. Can you just talk about just his versatility and just his willingness to do a lot of those things on special teams?
Oh man, dude, Wysong's a dog, and you see it every single day in practice. Laying out, punt return, any type of deal. You look at him even from last year. We all know what type of talent he has. So he had the opportunity to go back there and return punts, and you see what happens. He makes plays, and I think that across the board, our receivers, especially Luke, they're just hungry. Like I love that about our receiver group is we're hungry. We want to make plays.
Question. So, Trey, having this game in Arizona, kind of your breakout game this season, what does it mean to you to do this in Tucson?
I'm sorry.
What does it mean for you to do this in Tucson in the state of Arizona?
It's huge. I take a lot of pride in being from Arizona, like genuine pride. I love bringing it up. Even back in my old school, I would always talk about Arizona. Just, I love the state. So coming back here and being able to make plays and, have a game like this just makes me hungry to keep putting on for the city. It's huge for me.
And then just your thoughts on Noah being able to bounce back after the fumble at the goal line there and still finish the game.
Oh man, everybody knows. Noah's a dog, and he's extremely focused, and he's hard on himself. He's hard on himself more than anybody, more than any critic, more than any fan. So that was tough for him. But he's also one of the most, when it comes to mentality, being locked in, he's big on that. He's super tedious about his process, and he trusts himself. He trusts the team, and we all trust him. So we knew he was going to bounce back and help us put some points on the board.
Max, how much did it help all the practice you guys had during the summer and leading up to this outdoors during the day to play in the sun?
I mean, yeah, it helped a lot. We have an indoor facility, but we still practice outside most of the time in practice. Coach G's whole thing, especially like for the defense, but as a team, it's not just, it's not just embracing the heat. It's not just dealing with the heat. We love the heat. So, Coach G always talks about it like, I wish it was hotter. We wish it was hotter because today I didn't really feel anything crazy. So, it helped a lot.
Max, after giving up nearly 400 yards of offense and 39 points last week, defense just ratcheted it down, less than 150 yards for Oklahoma State, kept them out of the end zone. Just what was that message like, kind of the preparation this week to do that?
The biggest thing, especially like I talked to the team about it, is that between the whistles, it's the most important play of the game. And then after the whistle, it's done. So as a defense, we just want to focus and play by play, making sure that we're locked in every single play, keeping our eyes disciplined. We knew that we're going to come out with a lot of trick plays and things like that, and just staying detailed and doubling down on our process.
And then personally for you, forcing the fumble that Trey Smith recovered, just what you were seeing on that play, the preparation that you've done to continue making plays like that.
I mean, we watch a ball tape before every game, just focusing on getting the ball out, tucking the ball, ball security, things like that. So, I mean, my process and my thoughts, like during this game, I was like, I got to get the ball out. So, running back came through. I saw a ball, put my helmet on the ball, and just, you know, gave him all, pretty much.
So Max, you know, we heard a lot about just the different linebackers and variety you guys have. Maybe we didn't think that we'd see all you guys out there playing on the field together. When did that start happening, and what does that element, I guess, bring to the defense?
I believe that started happening like week 3, you know, where we started putting like all these linebacker packages, things like that. But you know, when you can play, when all the linebackers can play, we gotta find a way to get them on the field. And so, you know, like having all the things, like the versatility that we got in the room, I think it just makes us better as a defense, and I'm glad we got it.
You've got a well-traveled journey in college football. Have you been a part of a defense that throws out so many different looks, and what do you think is just about the creativity of Danny?
Yeah, I mean, I've been around a bunch of different defenses and philosophies, and I think Coach G is definitely probably the most unique that I've had, and he's very experienced. You know, he's done his thing at, you know, previous schools, so I just trusted him. You know, once I saw what he had to offer when I was in the portal and come in here, and he told me a little bit about his defense and philosophy, I mean, it was a great thing for me.
Max, you're now a part of a defense that is the only defense in the nation that has not allowed a passing touchdown. Were you aware of that, and how much pride do you take in that?
I mean, I wasn't aware of that specifically. I think I knew that we were pretty high on like passing defense, but I'm not too surprised. You know, I have so much faith in our secondary, Dawn, Jen, Stooks, AG, everybody. Like, I'm not too surprised with it, and I'm glad that, you know, every game they're focused on it. You know, big plays may happen, but the main thing is keeping them out of the end zone. And so I'm glad that our secondary can do that. Take a lot of pride in that.
One for Max and then one for both. This is the third game this year in which the defense has not allowed a touchdown. What do you make of any kind? What do you make of that accomplishment and just how the defense is playing overall?
It goes back to our mantra, you know, keeping them out of the end zone is is the very last line. So keeping them out of the end zone is the most important thing. I take a lot of pride in that. You know, it's everybody know what to do and how to do it. All 11 to the ball in a bad humor and keeping them out of the end zone. So just every day we say that before our meeting, and every day we practice that, and every game we try to execute that.
And then neither of you guys were here last year, but the team went 4-8. You guys have 4 wins at this point, matching that total. What do you think of just kind of where the team is at as you head into a really big game against BYU?
I think I say last year is last year, and heading towards BYU, it's like a faceless opponent. We're just, the next opponent is on the schedule, whoever it is, and we're just going to play and give it our 100% every time.
Yeah, 100%. I talked about earlier response, and one of the biggest things about responding is being able to respond after a good game. You know, not getting too high up. So I think that, you know, we just got to stay level-headed and hungry and continue to attack each and every day of practice. We got a lot of dogs. We got a lot of guys that just want to go out there and play. So, you know, you just got to take the coaching, and the rest of God is there.
2 last questions, Troy.
Max, just your thoughts on Cole being able to have a bounce-back game after not being able to play last game against Iowa State, his performance with the interception at the beginning of the second half.
Like I said, you know, I practice with J. Cole. You said Javion Cole? Yeah, practice with him every day, and I'm glad that he got his interceptions. I've seen him do it in practice, and I'm just glad it converted to the game finally. You know what I'm saying?
Just your guys' thoughts on the sandstorm unis and the cactus helmets. I mean, I think every week that you can unveil a new uniform is exciting, but, you know, particularly these and the cactus logo, right? Something that's very special to the community of Tucson.
I love it. They pulled me for the jersey reveal a couple of weeks ago, and I saw the uniforms. I was like, oh, yeah, those are hard. So seeing them and getting to wear them today, you know, it's kind of like it's a sandstorm in Arizona. So
Yeah, no, they're fire. It's funny because I was talking with a couple of teammates, like, literally a few weeks ago. I was like, bro, if we had some, like, white uniforms with red numbers.
You did say that.
I was like, bro, that would be so fire, or with red numbers. So when we popped out with him this week, and it was funny how Coach Brennan introduced him. He came fully suited, you know, and he looked like his son Scotty, and we all thought it was Scotty. It was hilarious. But, you know, it's awesome, and it pays homage to Tucson. So it's always great to put on for the city.
You guys have video of that? You
No, we don't. We were in a meeting. Surprises.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.